And I can hear a goat moaning in the back. Let's look at the view.
This place is very calming.
You said it. What is this? Wildflowers, a rabbit hole, and a pigeon.
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
So he was going out for a stroll at his own house. He was going for a picnic.
Jab has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. It is pointless.
Why? Excuse me, I had to sneeze. So he is not taking the keys. I can feel another one coming up. No, I can hold it off. All right. A seal.
A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
Mm-hmm.
An oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened.
Was it still ticking, or did it stop at the time of death? Money. And a passport.
Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet.
So again, he didn't do it for money. Let's examine the body. Come on, what are you doing again? It's rather funny to see. You press a button, then he turns around like he's making a stupid dance. Alright, let's help him out a bit. There's the guide again.
An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time. Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder.
A lot of blood spatter.
The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush.
So it's sprayed a little?
Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises.
So it was a very swift kill. This is chapter 3, by the way. Examine the crime scene. We need to do that. We already did that, right? So our victim is about 60 years old, lives in Churston, a retired doctor specializing in throat and lung conditions. Are we done here? Not yet.
The body is just in front of a bush, one of the only bushes in the surrounding area.
Anything else? I think we're done.
I'm not going to leave now. I still have some clues to find.
Or not. Maybe over here.
The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Our what? Our brain cells? Or did he say grey? I'm not sure. What was Sir Carmichael's position when he was killed? Position? Well, there's a wound with... No. The zone soiled with blood covers a conical shaped area which extends away from the bush. The body was found in front of the only bush in the surrounding area. And there's a wound with a clear outline.
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut his throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
He said it again, brain cells. What the hell does that mean? Did Sir Carmichael see his murderer? No, because the victim had his back to the bush. And the victim only had 1 wound. And trampled grass behind the bush.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing.
The killer is an opportunist. I guess he is.
The killer is a daring opportunist. He met Sir Carmichael at nightfall on this deserted path and took advantage of the situation.
Impossible. You forget the trampled grass behind the bush.
C'est vrai. It proved that he was waiting for his victim.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
No, there was no theft in place.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
He is another rather annoying voice actor. I mean, Poirot is annoying as well, but yeah, that is his voice. But I mean, Jap. Like very nasal. Speaking through his nose.
I had better go up to Compside.
Compside. CCC. I'm sure glad my name doesn't start with 2 the same letters. If there are any ABC murderers in the real world. Okay, let's go. And can you just run for once? By the way, this landscape reminds me of another indie game. I think it came out like in 2013. It was called Dear Esther. You just had to walk 2 hours straight and the narrative unfolds before your eyes. There was no really any gameplay to it, just experience. Did you? Oh, come on.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest.
What? He finds tea hard to digest. Interesting. What about coffee? Do you drink that? Okay, what do we do here? Just staying silent.
It is not the right time.
For what?
There is something elegant about her.
Because of her brooch?
She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Yeah, looking at her boobs, you dirty man.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
Alright, she left the table. I can understand when Poirot is just looking like you and like that. Anyone would leave.
Hastings does not like very hot tea. He's going to blow on his cup for a good while before drinking.
You know everything there is about Hastings, don't you? Guess that makes a true detective.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him.
Alright, let's do that then.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Accuse him of preventing Lady Clark from speaking. Let's be understanding.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
What about the villagers?
And did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
What his favorite book is? How is it relevant?
Was it your favorite novel?
The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit. I know it's a children's book, but it's enthralling.
So it was you who found the body?
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
Hastings in cover, ready as a gun. Like a through Gears of War soldier. Let's inspect the table. Seven clues to be found. Alright, here we go.
A tiger.
Yeah.
It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic.
Looks like a dragon to me, but Poirot must know more.
A turtle.
Alright, every plate has an animal on it.
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme.
What else? A book?
Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection.
What did he collect?
A crane?
He is uncertain about that. And there's another dragon.
A dragon.
He likes dragons, don't you? Would be fun if Poirot was a character in Skyrim. You could roleplay as him. Would be fun. So, how late is that? 10 after. Yeah. 4:30 almost. Again, the statue of a horse. It's a recurring theme, isn't it?
Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935.
How is it relevant? He is a China collector as well, isn't he? Anything else? It's the only thing we can examine. What about the other one?
There are some very valuable objects here.
Alright.
There are some...
There's a big map. Traditional Chinese map Facsimile, south is upward.
Traditional Chinese map. Facsimile. South is on the top of the map.
Interesting, so... They thought south is up, or was up. I'm not even sure about Chinese customs right now. If south is north for them and vice versa. Okay, what else do we have? A painting we can touch. Or is that for opening the doors? Let's look at the closet before that. Ooh, a puzzle.
The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him. Each cardinal point is associated...
Okay, so there's a puzzle to it. I guess it has something to do with the plates.
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
On the table, yeah. How do we do this exactly? This thing is in the way. How do we solve this? Turn them to face the Emperor? Okay, that's one thing. But now what?
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
Okay. There was a guess, by the way, but now what? What about the other book?
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
And we have to play with these. Guess we have to play with the colors. We need to figure those out. Oh, really? Oh, no. We don't want to do that. Okay,
It
something
is blocked.
Okay, that's the thing we need to open. Another sneeze. Okay, so red, white, blue, black. No. Yeah, like this. This should be black. Like this. No. Down like this. Should be like this.
I think I heard a bang. Could it be this cupboard?
I think so.
This is interesting.
What do we have here? 4 knives.
These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
There's one missing though. And the letter.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. to Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churston, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.